Imagine a scene not just defined by land, but by the unyielding ambition and strategic maneuvers that characterize the Ukrainian conflict. It's February 7th, 2025, and tension hangs heavy as the southwestern region of Caraco becomes a focal point. For weeks, a bag of fire has simmered, drawing the world's gaze as Russian and Ukrainian forces engage in a fierce military dance. This isn't merely a battle over territory, it's a struggle for narrative and power. Russian troops methodically advance towards Lyon, each step a testament to their strategic resolve. Yet the Ukrainian forces remain resilient, undeterred as they hold the northern section of the Kherson region. Picture the Antonov Bridge, once a proud symbol of connectivity, now a silent witness to the tactical retreats and advances defining this conflict. The bridge, a casualty of war, echoes the broader story of a region grappling with the scars of battle. Recently, reports have surfaced of Russian movements around the islands near Potemkin, suggesting a strategic chess game where each move is calculated for territorial gain. Ukrainian media paints a vivid picture of these maneuvers, while Russian forces reportedly gain ground, a narrative underscoring the complexities of modern warfare. As Ukrainian forces attempt to halt this advance with FPV drones, the area is cast in uncertainty, a gray zone where the future remains unwritten. But the question lingers: what drives these movements? Is it a prelude to a larger offensive or a calculated display of power? The city of Kherson itself, a focal point of contention, remains under Ukrainian control, a symbol of resistance amid chaos. The mighty Dnieper River poses a formidable barrier, complicating any notion of an easy crossing or capture. Yet the narrative of war is rarely straightforward, and the possibility of a future Russian assault on Kherson cannot be dismissed. With eyes on the horizon, the world watches and waits, wondering if this city will once again become a battleground. Meanwhile, in the southwest of Caraco, the so-called Bag of Fire sees Russian troops narrowing the gap between north and south, a tactical maneuver seeking to encircle Ukrainian forces. The battlefield is a patchwork of strategic localities like Selenka, Sukhuyali, and Antarny, where every inch of ground gained or lost carries significant weight. The relentless assaults, the push towards Constantinople, and the creeping advance towards Dasin paint a picture of a conflict that refuses to relent. As Russian forces reportedly capture 60% of Dasin, the implications are profound. The potential to advance towards Ulac and Constantinople from the east looms large, each strategic gain a stepping stone towards broader objectives. Yet within this complex tapestry of war, the human element remains ever present. Ukrainian troops, described as fighting tenaciously, embody a spirit of resistance that defies the odds. The narrative here is not just one of military maneuvers, but of resilience, of fighting with everything they have to protect their homeland. As we turn our gaze towards the direction of Dnipro, discussions of Russian advances become more than just speculative talk. The reality of troops moving closer to the oblast of Dnipropetrovsk, a region many thought unimaginable for Russian control, challenges perceptions and expectations. The media's shift in terminology from specific localities to the broader direction of Dnipro speaks volumes about the evolving dynamics on the ground. It raises questions about the long-term strategies at play and the potential reshaping of territorial lines. In this theater of war, where uncertainty reigns and narratives clash, one can't help but wonder, what drives the heart of these battles? Is it territory, power, or something deeper, a quest for identity and control that transcends borders? As we explore these developments, join us in pondering the implications of each advance and retreat, each strategic decision that shapes the future of this region. And as we delve into the heart of this conflict, we invite you to subscribe and join the conversation, to explore the stories behind the headlines and the human experiences that define this ongoing saga. As we delve deeper into the unfolding events in Ukraine, we shift our focus to the strategic movements that continue to shape the region's fate. The direction towards Dnipro is not just a line on a map, but a testament to the complex interplay of strategy and ambition. Russian troops press forward, each step echoing with the weight of historical significance. The capture of localities like Shorna, with reports from Ukrainian media such as Deep State and Zilla Maps, highlights the relentless pace of Russian advances. The fall of Siversk under Russian control, another piece in the intricate puzzle of this conflict, is significant. It's not just a tactical gain, but a symbol of momentum, one that could potentially open pathways towards the Dnipro wafers, a strategic objective that seemed distant not long ago. As we examine these developments, we can't help but consider the broader implications. What does this mean for the Ukrainian forces valiantly defending their positions and for the wider geopolitical landscape? The potential reach of Russian troops towards Dnipro, once deemed improbable, now feels increasingly plausible. And in this fluid dynamic, the role of media narratives becomes even more critical. The framing of these advances, the language used to describe them, shapes perceptions and influences public opinion. As we ponder these shifts, we invite you to consider the power of narrative and its impact on the unfolding story. In this theater of war, where reality and perception often blur, understanding the nuances becomes paramount. Meanwhile, reports of Ukrainian counterattacks, their attempts to reclaim lost ground, add another layer to this complex narrative. The clash between Russian and Ukrainian forces is not just a battle over territory, but over the very essence of resilience and determination. As we explore these developments, the human element remains at the forefront. The stories of soldiers on both sides, their struggles and sacrifices, remind us of the personal toll of war. It's a reminder that beyond the strategic maps and military maneuvers, there are lives forever changed by the conflict. Turning our attention to the northern part of Donetsk, we find a landscape marked by strategic intent and incremental advances. Russian troops reportedly secure positions in the northern zone, edging closer to key localities like Kolodia and Mirny. Each step forward represents not just a tactical gain, but a strategic foothold in a region fraught with complexity. The drive towards Lyon, with its potential to reshape territorial lines, is underscored by reports of Russian forces advancing in the southwest of Makivka. While these gains might seem small in isolation, collectively, they paint a picture of a broader strategy at play. It's a strategy that seeks to leverage every inch of ground, every tactical advantage, to secure a foothold in a contested region. As we navigate this complex terrain, we must consider the broader implications of these movements. What do they reveal about the evolving strategies and objectives of the parties involved? And how do they fit into the larger narrative of the conflict? In this theater of war, where the stakes are high and the outcomes uncertain, these questions loom large. They challenge us to think critically about the forces driving this conflict and the potential paths it may take. As we ponder these dynamics, we invite you to join the conversation, to explore the stories that lie beneath the surface, and to engage with the complexities of a conflict that continues to shape the region's future. As we move forward, we turn our attention to the skies, where air superiority becomes a critical element in the unfolding narrative. The story of a downed Ukrainian Su-27, reportedly shot down by a Russian Su-3 SM-2, adds another layer to the complex tapestry of this conflict. The air battle, a testament to the high stakes and advanced capabilities of modern warfare, underscores the strategic importance of air superiority in this theater of war. The Su-3 SM-2, a formidable aircraft known for its maneuverability and air superiority, plays a pivotal role in this dynamic. Its ability to engage multiple enemies and execute advanced maneuvers sets it apart, reinforcing the strategic significance of air power in the conflict. As we explore this aerial dimension, we are reminded of the technological advancements that define modern warfare. The precision, the capabilities, and the strategic calculus that accompany each sortie underscore the evolving nature of conflict in the 21st century. In this intricate dance of strategy and power, we are left to ponder the implications of these developments. What does this mean for the balance of power in the region? And how will it shape the future of the conflict? As we consider these questions, we invite you to engage with the narratives that define this complex landscape. Join us as we delve into the stories behind the headlines, exploring the human experiences and strategic decisions that continue to shape the future of Ukraine. And as we journey through this narrative, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and become part of the conversation, to explore the nuances and complexities of a conflict that remains as unpredictable as it is consequential. As we continue to unravel the intricate tapestry of the Ukrainian conflict, We find ourselves drawn to the northern front, where the interplay of strategy and ambition unfolds with every passing hour. The direction towards Lyman becomes a focal point of interest, as Russian troops reportedly make significant inroads, securing positions and advancing with strategic precision. The town of Kolodia emerges as a key objective, with reports suggesting that Russian forces are on the cusp of entering this locality, a move that could potentially open a pathway toward the city of Lyman. The strategic importance of this advance cannot be overstated, as it represents not just a tactical gain, but a broader strategic posture aimed at reshaping territorial dynamics. The convergence of forces in this region, with Russian troops reportedly pressing towards Mirna and Yampolivka, highlights the multifaceted nature of this conflict. Each advance, each strategic maneuver, is not just a reflection of military might, but of the broader ambitions that drive this conflict forward. As we delve deeper into these developments, we are reminded of the human dimension that underpins every strategic decision. The soldiers on both sides, their courage and resilience, embody the spirit of a conflict that transcends borders and narratives. The stories of those on the front lines, their struggles and sacrifices, serve as a poignant reminder of the personal toll of war. Beyond the maps and strategies, there are lives forever changed by the unfolding events, stories that remind us of the human cost of conflict. As we explore these narratives, we turn our gaze towards the broader implications of the unfolding dynamics. What do these advances reveal about the evolving strategies of the parties involved, and how do they fit into the larger geopolitical landscape? In this theater of war, where every move carries profound implications, these questions challenge us to think critically about the forces driving this conflict and the potential paths it may take. As we ponder these dynamics, we invite you to join the conversation, to explore the stories that lie beneath the surface, and to engage with the complexities of a conflict that continues to shape the region's future. Meanwhile, reports of advances in the southern part of Makivka add another layer to the evolving narrative. Russian forces reportedly make headway in this region, securing positions and advancing with strategic intent. While these gains might seem incremental, they collectively represent a broader strategy aimed at consolidating control and reshaping territorial lines. The strategic significance of these movements cannot be understated, as they underscore the dynamic and fluid nature of this conflict. In this theater of war, where the stakes are high and the outcomes uncertain, the ability to adapt and respond to shifting dynamics becomes paramount. As we navigate this complex landscape, we are reminded of the broader geopolitical implications of these developments. The interplay of strategy and ambition, the shifting balance of power, and the evolving narratives all contribute to a complex tapestry that continues to shape the region's future. In this intricate dance of strategy and power, we are left to ponder the implications of these developments. What does this mean for the balance of power in the region, and how will it shape the future of the conflict? As we consider these questions, we invite you to engage with the narratives that define this complex landscape. Join us as we delve into the stories behind the headlines, exploring the human experiences and strategic decisions that continue to shape the future of Ukraine. And as we journey through this narrative, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and become part of the conversation, to explore the nuances and complexities of a conflict that remains as unpredictable as it is consequential. As we conclude this exploration, we leave you with a thought-provoking question. In a world where narratives shape reality, what role do we play in understanding and influencing the stories that define our time? Join us in unraveling the complexities of this conflict, as together we seek to understand the forces that drive it and the potential pathways towards a future defined by peace and stability.